back to the podcast, guys. My name is Andrew.
My name is Phillip.
Thanks for checking out our views on the sideline. So, Robert can't be here today. He has some technical difficulties and stuff. So, no matter. I got still Phillip from Everybody Loves DILFS.
BC Phillip.
Phillip. I appreciate you.
BC Phillip.
Permatron. What is it? Perminator?
Terminator.
The Perminator.
Sasquatch. His name's Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
So people that really don't know you, well, they know you, but like they don't know your like sports history. I used to play football with Phillip since I was like about 8 years old. So all the way through high school. He got the name Sasquatch because he had a neck roll and shoulder pads that just made him look super huge. I have the picture still, so I'm gonna bring that thing up. And
Yeah, send it to me now.
I think I have it too.
You still have it?
I think so.
Send it to me and I'll put it in
I gotta
the
look
video.
at the Facebook real quick.
Yeah, I gotta look at.
Actually, no, I think I have it. I don't know. It's somewhere on one of those fucking pages.
I gotta look at the archives for those.
What a guy.
Anybody still cut it?
I know, for real. He did. I don't know how. He still did. But I really appreciate you helping me out. We're gonna start the show off like always. Current events around the league. The one I really want to touch on first is Baker Mayfield. Because of the fact that dude has not get signed yet. I think you told me earlier they were looking at Cam Newton and Kaepernick before
Seattle talking Kaepernick, and then a couple teams want Cam, and no one wants Baker Mayfield. So
I think he hurt himself with the whole Browns and Odell situation, where Odell gets released and goes to the Rams and helps them win the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I feel like any quarterback that goes to the Browns ain't gonna come out. They're gonna probably retire and not play ever again.
So you think Deshaun's gonna struggle with it?
Yeah. He already got another case on him. What are you talking about?
He has 22, bro. He has 22 cases on him.
He just signed with the Browns and got another one.
Shit. I don't know. I think Deshaun should do pretty good with the Browns. I mean, I don't think that organization is that trash. But
We'll see.
But Baker is, he hurts himself with his attitude and his how he plays because he's pretty terrible.
Well, it proves it. Odell went to the Rams, won the Super Bowl, balled out, and
Yeah, let him go get signed real quick again.
I
But-
think he's going to the Patriots.
You think so?
Odell?
I don't think so. I don't think he fits that culture. It's different. Like, you have to be a certain player to play with Belichick.
Do you hear about Belichick? What he's doing with his coaches?
Yeah,
No one has titles.
Yeah, he has no OC, he has no DC. That guy's insane. Well, the DC, he's the de facto defensive coordinator. He's calling the plays for defense.
Yeah, but like no titles, and it's the first time.
It's not gonna work.
If he wins Super Bowl with it, then that'd be crazy.
Jesus. But nah, but we got some other big news around the league. So Matt Ryan, the Falcons, Matty Ice, he goes down to go to Indianapolis, the Colts. He's playing with them. Now, I don't know about you, but I like that move a lot.
It might fit him right.
I think he's the perfect quarterback for that. He can still ball out. I mean, they took all the targets away, but like the year before last year, he was still throwing for about 4,000 yards. He was still up there. I mean, he can still play.
Yeah, well, if the Colts get people from the draft, he should be able to be fine.
And I think there's a relation between him and this coordinator. I think there's a relation there, and they actually know each other. And I feel like that team is perfect for what Matt Ryan could do.
Yeah, well,
Especially you got Jonathan Taylor there still. You got Pittman Jr. You got all these nice young receivers. The defense isn't terrible.
Yeah, just add some linemen, D-line, and maybe a couple safeties, and then, corners would be fine.
Well, they got the best safety tandem in the league right now. I forget both their names, but they're actually pretty solid. It's just Carson didn't do a great job taking care of that team.
No.
That's why they imploded at the end. But yeah, I mean, I believe Matt Ryan's gonna be really, really good over there.
Hell yeah, because I do smiling over got off their jet and his all big old smiles. Haven't seen him smile since
Oh yeah,
I don't know when.
he was excited. I mean, Atlanta kind of had to do him a favor. I mean, he's been in there, took to Super Bowl, had all these good success there, but just couldn't win. But
Well, that's like the defense fault for that.
yeah, I mean, it's not entirely his fault. But another big name that left, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He went to Miami. I don't know about you, man, but that Miami team is dangerous.
Well, yeah, you hear about the rumor of Tom Brady supposedly supposed to go over there?
Yeah,
And
and
he's the head coach from Miami said like no, he's not coming over, but
right.
And there's another rumor that Tom Brady's going back to the Patriots, but no one hasn't confirmed that yet.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't know.
But I mean, yeah, with Tyreek Hill going over there, and then you got Cedric Wilson. He was from the Cowboys. He wasn't that bad, but he got paid to go there. You still got Jalen Waddle. That defense is pretty nice still. They're young.
It's all up to the quarterback who can
That's the only
do his
good
job.
I felt like if Deshaun Watson went there, that team would be dangerous.
Yeah, that team for sure gonna make a playoff.
Oh yeah,
He has weapons. His team don't gotta worry about his defense. His defense solid.
right. I mean, we'll see how Tua does because Tua's last good season in college. I mean, I know it is college, but he had like a ton of receivers. He had Jalen Waddle. I think he played with Jalen Waddle before. I think he used to have all these receivers. Najee Harris. They don't have a bad team over there. The receivers are really nice. The running back's not too bad. The offensive line is pretty solid.
Well, we'll see. It looks good on paper, but
Right. So I mean, with Miami being, getting all these players right now,
if Miami wins more than 7-8 games, yeah.
I mean, they were hot last year. They went on that 7-game win streak last year.
Then they
So,
just dropped.
yeah, I mean, they kind of fell off a little bit. Brian Flores did exactly what he could do with that team.
Yeah.
I wish he was still the coach on that team. I think he resonates a little better on that team. But there's also another rule in the NFL that changed.
Finally.
I know.
Took how long for this rule?
Oh god, this overtime rule. So in the regular season offense, overtime rules stay the same.
Really?
First one scores.
So it's only the playoffs.
Only the playoffs that change.
Oh, man, it's fine.
So overtime. So the rule is overtime rule is coin flip. Basically meaning whoever wins a coin flip, you score a touchdown first, you win the game. That's in the regular season. Now it used to take those same rules and take to the playoffs,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks because the team with the momentum, let's say you were down like 3 touchdowns and you scored 3 touchdowns to tie that game, if the other team just gets the ball back and scores, then you're like, what the fuck?
It sucks, dude. There's sometimes like the first play they score, you're like just looking like, really, like that?
I think that happened to Buffalo.
Yeah.
The first drive, they just took like 3 plays out of it and boom, scored.
I blew up the hot dog thing.
He blew it up?
Yeah, fuck
Same
that.
thing with I believe Darren with Patriots when he just ran into the sideline, they won it, and just
Yeah.
that was horrible. Yeah.
Phillip would go psycho and dye his hair red and go through a phase.
For real.
I haven't done it yet, so
What a guy.
But,
would have with the Raiders, but I didn't. I just had midget in my ear the whole time talking crap.
Jesus Christ. That little midget was talking about Alex.
And
What a guy. But yeah, so basically meaning, each team now is gonna have a possession in the playoffs, which I think it's fair, but then it's like, it'll be better.
yeah, I don't know because you can both score back and forth, keep going until that team loses momentum. So it could go for a while.
Right. So each team has to answer back, but we'll see how it goes. Honestly, but we're gonna kind of turn the topic a little bit. For those watching on YouTube, yes, I got notes and stuff, so yeah.
There's a lot going on.
All right, there's a lot going on. I ain't remembering all these numbers and stuff.
Next subject is long.
All right, so we got March Madness coming up. The Elite 8 teams coming out. I'm gonna go over this first. So you got North Carolina. They're going against Duke. And then you got Villanova going against Kansas. It's the Final Four now, so you're getting ready for playoffs. By the time this episode drops, I think the first games will be going off. But I'm kind of surprised at this Final Four.
I'm surprised at one.
Which one is? Okay.
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm really surprised that they're in it.
Yeah.
The other 3, I don't know, they're always in it, but North Carolina is really surprising.
It's funny because. Yeah, let me see myself. It's my last time I'm drinking, by the way.
You can see why in episode 10 of the Everybody Loves
No,
DILFS.
you ain't done drinking. You're
Okay.
drinking on the 24th of April when
I'm
house
fucking
comes.
drinking. I'm not drinking.
Everyone is. We're doing that whole tall can challenge. That's
Well,
fun.
isn't AJ's birthday tomorrow?
No.
Yeah. No, it's,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, I didn't get markers.
And then Thursday is yours, right?
It's just fine.
Damn it. Oh was supposed to get markers. I was gonna draw penises all on his car, like I did to him last year.
So,
Beautiful.
so on Sunday we had to do round 2.
I got a picture of that still on my phone, so we'll see.
I did too. It's probably gonna remind me later about it.
Round 2 on Sunday again.
Fuck that. I already did it.
What's Sunday?
So podcast for everyone Loves Dilfs.
I ain't drinking again like that. You guys go fuck yourselves. Anyways.
Yeah, we're like back to back. No, not back to back, but like.
Everybody was knocking shit back down easy that day. It was just going in dumb fast.
Anyways, before I got rudely interrupted.
He drank the whole Jameson bottle like me.
Did I really?
Yes. The only problem was I didn't throw up. You did.
Anyways, before I got rudely interrupted. So I'm surprised at this Final Four because obviously my team's not in it. The one I really picked to win, which was Arizona.
My team was out a long time ago. Who was even in it?
Who are you? What were you?
Yeah.
You guys suck.
Yes.
Yeah, so Arizona was supposed to be, I thought, I guess they were the best team put together, but obviously I was wrong.
Well, I thought Arizona was the one that all.
Yeah,
The way they were going.
Yeah, they were looking really good, but they weren't really good. I guess they just folded under the pressure. I mean, and then that whole St. Peter's.
God damn.
All of a sudden, at St. Peter's Peacocks, they just wanted to go fucking nuts and knock everybody out. I mean, they played all the way up to. They played UConn. I mean, not UConn. North Carolina, pretty good all the way
They
up.
were Elite 8, right?
Yeah, they made it Elite 8. So, shout out to them for making it that far.
Well, helped them out good because now the head coach got a really good head coach job. I forgot where.
That's for sure. We had a real good
Yeah, he got a real good coaching job after that, and they're not even mad at him because they're proud of him. Like he helped the team go this far,
Right.
and
I remember where the money goes at, bro.
not really because they didn't have enough money for like warm ups. They didn't have money to bring the cheerleaders to their game. Like it was like bad.
Yeah, they're a very, very small school.
Their money went to they're a private school. They're smart, so all their money goes to like all the other programs besides basketball. So.
For them to make it is very, very special. It kind of shows that you don't got to be at one of these schools, the big time schools.
You gotta be a D1 school. You be any school. You
Yeah, if you're good, you're good. That's resonating.
Good players, good coach. Yeah.
So we're going through these matchups real quick. So I kind of like wrote down some of the stats and stuff. So UConn. So I'm gonna go with the UConn and Duke game first. I feel like these teams are. I think Duke has the upper hand because Duke is number 6 scoring. At 80 points a game, and they could really, really shoot the ball. They're very efficient with the 56% shooting percentage. They shoot 37% from the 3-point line, but in college it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters a lot, but at the same time, it's not NBA range, so it's smaller, shorter, it's different. Usually college basketball usually is like inside out. You want to score inside first. Basketball now in the NBA is really outside in. But they're really, really good. Duke's good all the way around. Like they got defensively, they're really good. They only give up 67 points a game. They get a lot of rebounds. I mean, I think they're the best team out of that bunch. Out of the 4, I guess. So I think Duke could go out, and then Coach K could go out on the horse and just ride out in the sunset.
You think if they lose, they still stay 1 more year?
Nah, absolutely not. You can see it on his face.
I don't know.
What do you think about UConn? I mean, not UConn. I mean, North Carolina. I keep saying UConn because UConn.
North Carolina's kind of hot.
Yeah, they
haven't been this far for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Duke's good at shooting. They're good every year. So it's like, I think it's pretty much whoever wants it.
Yeah. It goes down to heart. And
So that's pretty much that. I believe that game probably goes neck to neck who makes the most mistakes.
Right. But North Carolina gets a lot of rebounds.
Yeah.
If you notice that they're number 3 in the nation.
Yeah, they get a lot of rebounds, but it's just
And
they
it
can
helps them out.
score on the rebounds. That's what
Yeah.
they get to right there. If they can get the rebound and score, then they have a chance to win. If they don't, I believe Duke will come out and win it.
Right. But defensively, sometimes they really kind of struggle because you see that they give up like about 71 points a game. So and they don't, but they score a lot though. They're up to like 78 points a game. They could score. But I mean, what it comes down to really, it's if they could control the boards like they usually can, I feel like they have a shot in that game. But it's just gonna come down to
mistakes, I believe.
Yeah, mistakes for sure, and trying to get Duke to shoot a lesser field goal percentage.
Because if they can make if they can score every time they got a free throw, I think they will get the momentum. But if they don't, then they pretty much lost it.
Yeah, definitely. So let's go to the next matchup, which is going to be Villanova and Kansas. I didn't see Kansas in this at all when I first started, but I did see Villanova. Villanova's always been pretty good. Even though, honestly, they're kind of they're like the odd man out. Because Kansas doesn't really do,
they allow only 46 points?
46. So Nova's really good at defense right now. For some reason, they've been able to lock teams down.
Yeah.
I think that number is a little bit of a fluke, though. I think because they got some easy matchups early, so they kind of lower the average down.
So now they're playing against it.
Now they're going up to the top team. Like, Kansas scoring at 53% from the field. That's very efficient. Also scoring 78 points a game. But Kansas does give up 67 points a game. So, I mean, if Kansas can miss some shots, and if you can start hitting some shots, I think you got a good chance.
Oh, yeah, that number does not look 46.
It's kind of a fluke. That's what I think it is.
So pretty much they're playing against a good team now.
Yeah. So like in the beginning of this tournament, they got some easy looks. So it kind of held that average down. But then now
they're playing with big boys.
They're playing with the big boys now. So like you gotta. But Villanova's always been good. Villanova's always good.
Well, if they allow that many points, and if they can do that with Kansas, and
right. I mean, for me personally, out of that bunch, I think
if Duke can do what they want, they can probably win.
Yeah, I can see Villanova coming out of that game though between Kansas.
Yeah.
And
if they can't really allow them less points, and they can.
If that's not a fluke, then by all means. But Villanova, I think Villanova comes out, but then kind of like you, I think Duke comes and takes that off.
Like I said, if North Carolina can't, if they make less mistakes, they can win. But I don't think so.
Right. I think Coach K and that Duke team is on a whole nother level because they want to win this
sport.
sport.
And their fan base too, so you got to go through Duke's fan base. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I know. They just want to, I think, especially with Coach K retiring last season, I think they want to set him out the right way. And, win him a national championship on his way out.
If that happened, that'd be dope.
Right. It has happened. So it has happened a lot.
Yeah, but especially with Coach K.
When you think of Duke, you think of him.
Yeah, he's the one that started the whole same thing like the United States basketball team. When you think of not really just
Coach K.
Yeah.
I mean, when Coach K taking over your coaching and stuff, I mean, it's very
winning all the gold medals.
Yeah, gold medals for sure. You got the national championships to do. I mean,
needs one more and then he's out because the United States won gold, right?
Yeah.
And to give him his natural, and then he's out.
Yeah, I think he's done coaching. I think he's done after this. I mean, I don't see him really coaching anymore.
I don't think so. I think he's still living his life.
Right. I mean, that's what I really think so.
If they win it all, then
Hope so.
no legit is like a good story to tell.
Right. I mean, I've never really been a Duke fan, but I've always liked Coach K coaching, so
Yeah.
hopefully he can go out on a good note. Go out riding away in the sunset.
Come on, if you can handle with all the NBA players and all that talent,
Oh, yeah.
well, a lot of coaches can't handle all that talent. They always end up making something mistake.
No, definitely not.
If you can't handle LeBron and Kobe in the same team,
Oh, yeah.
and them wanting the ball, that's yeah.
So speaking of March Madness, we got another March Madness going on, and it's a women's March Madness.
On all the teams, I know one is doing really good, but
UConn's always good.
no, Stanford.
Stanford is good.
Stanford girls came out of nowhere. Well, No, last year they were really good.
Yeah. But so I'm gonna be honest here. So I haven't really been paying attention to women's Final Four, the Final Four, the March Madness in total. But those games are a lot more competitive and they're a lot more fun. Because you don't get that over talented.
They're slow.
Not about the slowness part, but you don't get that overly like heavy favorite on one side. Like Duke playing like, Cal State Fullerton, it's fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But like, you get South Carolina and Louisville. Neither one of those schools are really known for basketball like that, but yet they're in the Final Four now. But they're always been good. This is what comes down to like actual playing fundamentals, the basketball, and making shots and playing good defense. And this is what it really comes down to.
The points allowed from each other are the exact same. So
yeah, I mean they're very similar. So we'll go with South Carolina versus Louisville first. We'll go with that matchup.
So if these numbers are right,
Yeah.
South Carolina will probably.
I mean, the numbers are very even.
It's
None of these teams really shoot the ball very well. You can tell,
dude.
like 42% for South Carolina, and then Louisville again with 42%.
I feel like they'd probably go with the 3-pointers because it's 31%, and then Louisville is 30%. So
Yeah, South Carolina can shoot.
at this point, it's pretty much legit. It's whoever makes that mistake.
Yeah,
It's even, so it's who makes the mistake early.
because they give up about the same amount of points. You see it 70.3 and 70.1, but Louisville doesn't score that much compared to South Carolina because they're barely at 67 points a game, while South Carolina's at 71. So I feel like South Carolina could have that edge over them, but they just gotta limit the mistakes and take care of the ball very well and go from that.
Actually, that would probably be a really good game.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be like legit, like a nail biter. If you think about it.
A nail biter.
Shut up, fool.
A nail biter.
Well, yeah, for them it is, not for me, because I don't really watch like.
Yeah.
All I know is Stanford because they've been everywhere, so it's like.
Yeah, for real.
Who said a nail biter?
Yes.
Get job kicked over there or what?
What?
We got our producer over here doing some other stuff. I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't get paid to do camera.
Yeah, I'm just interning right now.
Yeah.
Let's go over testing something out.
For real, right? Alright. So the next matchup we got is UConn versus Stanford. Now UConn's always been good. They're always in the Final Four. They're always in national championship discussion. They're always just that good. UConn's been that team. Especially the women's team. Like they've always been super great. With their 74 points a game compared to Stanford's 66.
UConn probably beat.
Right, but I think Stanford, what they're really good at is their defense of being rough, being super physical, especially for a team like that doesn't really score that much. I feel like they preference our defense way more. So I feel like they're a very, very good defensive team. Like same thing. Neither one of these teams will shoot. They barely shoot 35% from the 3-point line. They're barely at 43 from the floor in total. So, I mean, both these teams kind of shoot the same, but I think with UConn, they should lock you down, and that way they could get up to that, 74 points a game.
If they can do that against Stanford defense, they'll have fun with them score up a lot.
Right. I mean, if you can make Stanford struggle to score, like they already, as you can tell, they already
have them struggle scoring, their defense gonna struggle because they gotta stop them, and UConn would just be serious. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got UConn winning that matchup. I never said the last one. The South Carolina Louisville one. I think I have South Carolina winning that one.
Yeah, I believe so too.
I think they're just a little bit better team. even though their stats are kind of like legit the same. I just think South Carolina is kind of made for that moment.
UConn, Stanford, I think UConn probably will.
Yeah, I think UConn will come out of there.
Because they're hungry, they want it.
Yeah.
Well, they got knocked out last year, so.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think if they go up against South Carolina, I think that'll be a really, really good game.
I still would go for UConn.
Yeah, I think I'd still give the edge to UConn. But I think South Carolina will make that game very, very close late. So I just think they have that shot and have that chance for those games. But all in all, for these two tournaments, they haven't been really too exciting. Like usually, you go and you see like the commercials for them. You see the whole, big name players that's coming out. Kind of like last year, you had Zion. I mean, not last year.
Well, yeah,
before.
because he made the game fun.
Yeah, like you had Zion, you had the whole Duke team, the North Carolina kids. Like you had all these players, but not a lot of them. Like this year, at least, like there's not a lot of big names.
No, pretty much to be real, all my Ncaa was St. Peter's, and that's all it was.
Yeah, it's like these underdog teams now are kind of like being fun.
Yeah, this whole week has been underdogs. I mean, just been taking these big schools out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but hopefully you get a little bit more excitement. You skip one. Again.
Come on, producer over here.
Sorry, I had to,
You had one job.
I mean.
Robert had one too, and he's not here.
Oh, we'll see. Obviously you guys will see it, but, to keep track of where I'm at and stuff, Brandon helps me out, but he kind of skipped the topic, but it's okay.
Robert's in his bed, rubbing himself watching anime. Leave that dude alone.
What did I write? Okay, yeah. No, I'm doing that now.
Oh
Just
my
did that.
god. Stop running around with the camera.
We literally just did that. So as he fixes this, as I was saying though, I mean, there's not a lot of buzz or a lot of excitement for these tournaments, which is kind of sad because it's kind of like I like March Madness.
It's probably gonna be next year with all these high school kids coming up because.
But yeah, so I mean, hopefully by next year, a lot of these high school kids that.
Who's coming up? I think LeBron's sons.
No, LeBron's sons still have one. He has 2 more years actually. He's about to be a junior, I think.
Yeah, I thought he was a junior already.
I think he might come up. But you got that Mikey Williams kid.
Yeah.
You had him, that kid with the one arm.
That kid is just.
That kid is really good. I think he's coming up for college. There's a couple other kids that really.
You got one from
high school.
where? What?
The great Bambino.
Yeah. Please.
Oh, you should see what I came up on today on socks.
Oh my god.
Like I had a Forrest Gump dance socks.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Legit has the shoelaces and everything they printed them.
Why? I don't understand.
So we're gonna stick with this women's sports.
Don't be hateful.
We're gonna stick to this women's sports real quick.
Who would be the women Forrest Gump?
What?
Who would be the women's version of Forrest Gump?
You.
I guess.
We're talking about the WNBA. Alright, so it's coming up May 6th. Right. So, I'm not gonna sit here in front like I watch this.
To be honest with you, I don't watch this at all.
Right.
I go on ESPN, it's basketball or football.
I mean, they are, WNBA players. They don't get the same recognition as the NBA does, but they're so talented at what they do. So it starts up, May 6th. And when I was looking it up, like they have some inter-season tournament within the regular season, which is actually really kind of cool. It's called the Commissioner's Cup.
So you're in season.
Yeah, so some of those games highlighted are like the cup games. So like basically whoever wins the tournament per se, like at the end of the season, which is in August, I believe in August, in August. Whoever wins that tournament gets about $500,000 for the team. I believe it's for the cap or something of that nature. I'm not too sure what it's really for, but they play for that $500,000 prize.
That's crazy.
Right? Which is kind of cool to me. Which is kind of like, you keep these players because I really, keep them honest, keep them, keep them competitive, because the NBA, there's so many games that you kind of take them off. You take those off. You don't want to play. You just kind of fuck it. If I lose this team, it is what it is. But I feel like it adds that competitiveness still.
And you get probably a trophy and probably a ring, so it's
right. Yeah, you get a trophy for sure, and then that prize goes to the team and stuff like that. I think that ends up going into like a bonus or something.
Probably because they're gonna get paid less than.
Mm-hmm.
Who makes more than that? No, but they're starting to say college players are starting to make more than them. And all the sponsorships they get, because you can't get paid in a college job.
Yeah, now you can.
You can legit get it. There's already a guy getting paid, I don't know how much, he legit got a big deal off of this company. Like, legit, they're making more money than the women's basketball.
Yeah, which is sad. We cover that right now in a bit. But yeah, I mean, so that's pretty exciting for the WNBA. But one thing that's kind of circling when you look up WNBA, it's that WNBA player that's locked up in Russia.
I heard about that.
That Brittany, I don't want to say her last name.
Is it about smoking?
Grainer, I would say. Grainer.
It's about having a vape pen, right?
Yeah, taking weed, I think.
No, it's vape pen. She got
it's a vape pen, but it was medicated marijuana.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a jewel, I think.
Like a stizzy.
It was stizzy, there you go.
I seen that. I was like, what? You can't. And I guess you can't out there. Like, you can buy it, but you can't bring it with you.
So I guess like the new update, like the updated laws out there, she, they caught her with it and they detained her. So now she's been sitting in this jail for so many months, and I mean it looks like she's not coming out until about, the latest May 19th.
God damn.
So I mean, we're just kind of fucked up. I mean, I get it. She broke a law per se.
Well, it's like no one knew about. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, you expect an American citizen.
Not only that, but even then, if you know you're going out, you gotta look into the law yourself, though.
Right.
Because even me with regular vape, when I went to Mexico, I researched the fuck out of it when I first started vaping. When I stopped smoking cigarettes.
Different, you won't come back.
But even then, they could still make a deal out of it because it was still kind of new. So when I stopped smoking cigarettes, like, hey, I'm gonna have a vape. What do I have to do to be able to take even this shit that's not even weed?
What was it? Empty high.
You have to unplug everything. It has to be in a case, and all your juices have to be in a bag, and those go in the bottom of the plane. And then you can take like what's considered like the mod or whatever. It has to be separate from the bag in a case under the plane too, and then everything has to be like in there. And when you go, you have to show it to them, and then you let them know that when it goes through, it doesn't ring off or whatever.
Pretty much everything has to be separate bags.
Yeah, especially the juices because you can be considered liquid because of the bombs or whatever.
Liquid.
It's a bunch of shit. Yeah, it was
other drugs in that.
Yeah, so I took a case. I was like, hey, bro, I got a vape. Boop de whoop. Here it is. This is the coil. This is my juices. Okay, cool. We have everything separated. You're good to go. Because even with shit like that, you got to at least make sure.
You're going to Mexico. That's like the number one thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still.
Right.
You know what I mean? Still.
I mean, I think in any country, it's you kind of like what you said. You kind of have to look it up. But it sucks for her because like she's locked up in this,
It sucks for her because no one's helping her.
Right. I mean, the U.S. is trying to get her out, but.
With everything going on right now.
Yeah, Russia's kind of like,
you fuck off.
We'll worry about that shit later. Like dragging the process on and trying to get her out, like the trial dates and stuff. To see what they have to do.
See, if we had Trump, she'd been out already.
Honestly, probably. That's a whole different story, though. I mean, they were best friends, bro.
If they have Barack Obama, we'd have been solid.
Yeah, you're right too, because his best friend.
Obama's that guy. Obama's the one that convinced everyone that OJ was not guilty.
Did you say that?
Yeah, it was legit in the time when he.
No, was it, fool?
No, but he didn't say it. But it was in the time when he was out.
Was it when OJ got out? Was it when Obama was still in the White House?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was 2015.
Oh, fucking OJ, bro. What a
OJ's
guy.
in life until he makes another football deal, and he has to owe that shit back.
That's gnarly that he pretty much confessed it once he got out. Oh yeah, if I would have done it, I would have done it this way. It was exact murder scene.
What a guy.
Well, they can't do anything. They have no evidence.
Yeah,
You can't get it for double jeopardy. So it doesn't matter.
Like his face, well, don't fit.
That's fucking gnarly though.
Your gloves fit and must quit.
He was smart with gun he used too.
Right.
That's what money does though.
Yeah, money buys in those lawyers.
Magic doesn't have AIDS, and that fool got free and no guilty.
We know what happened to that.
Yeah.
No medicine, nothing. That
Fat ass money, boy.
One part of the
Yeah, but back to WNBA and stuff. I mean, it's it kind of sucks that she's still locked up, and hopefully she can come home.
I thought she was out. I didn't know she was still in there.
But she was supposed to be back already.
Yeah,
The whole thing, and then they were like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, like Russia started.
I seen it and I was like, oh, that sucks. Like I thought she had a vape pen. I was like, really? They pulled her.
Well, yeah, because they only said vape device.
Yeah.
So we're assuming, we vape here, so it's like
they didn't show anything, so I thought it was like one of you guys know pins you guys buy. Like I thought it was that, and I thought they just brought her back. She just has to go back to like the court, but I don't know.
I think it's be like a fucking fine or something at least.
Yeah, I thought she got a fine and she has to go back to court to but I didn't know she was still in jail.
I'll tell you this much: this will be the last time she goes to Russia.
She's probably gonna be banned after she gets free. She's banned.
No, that's not too big of a thing for her to get banned.
Nah, she ain't gonna go back though.
You can get banned for weed.
But how do you get banned for anything, dude?
But yeah, look for the WNBA. Show them some love. I mean, they're so professional athletes at the top of their skills, their primes.
I got nothing against them, but I think if Gigi was playing, that would have been big.
That's what me and Andrew were talking about. If she was still around and she would have gone into it,
the
way Kobe was so into that, he could have changed the shit for WNBA with his daughter.
How she was,
payments.
She would have changed the whole game. Like she played just like him. So
she would have got them all of them bigger checks.
Like if we're gonna segue this into the next one, which is about kind of like the unfairness between the WNBA and NBA.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because it would have to take like a GG
to change
that. Yep. Even though there's so many great players already, like Candace Parker, she's like a great WNBA player, yet she doesn't get the same acknowledgement as.
I feel like if they get paid the same amount, more girls will want to play basketball and try.
Mm-hmm. See, the problem isn't really about the teams wanting to pay them. I think the issue is the sponsorships.
That's what I'm saying. What goes in with the backing?
The game is like empty. Like
it's the back. It's the backing of it.
It's like a high school game is more full than.
Name a NBA sponsor right now.
I don't know.
Like you can name like the biggest ones, like Nike and
I know
Adidas.
some of the girls are sponsored by Nike. Some of them,
right, but like you can't name a Nike WNBA athlete right now.
I don't know her name, but she came
like
from,
maybe
from Oregon.
Candace Parker, I think.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Yeah.
They train their whole life just like the other fools do. Yeah. They do the most sacrifice and don't get shit.
They play the game the right way.
When they were younger, because they played against boys and they balled them up and then they got split apart. It's like
right. But if you really think about it, it's like the NBA players, and like when you look at basketball like in a whole, they don't follow fundamentals and stuff because they're so athletic that they could get away with it. But with girls, like, you're not trying to say that guys are more athletic than girls, but it's just kind of like, it is what it is. Girls have to rely more on the fundamentals, so that way they become very, very good basketball players and coaches and, teachers and stuff like that. They're very good at what they do. But, I mean, there's a WNBA player, and I forget her name off the top of my head. But her like career stats are kind of like the same as LeBron. Meaning like she's kind of like the LeBron of that area, kind of like winning all these championships, going to so many finals.
Is she on?
I believe she's on the Seattle team or something.
I thought she was in sport.
Or I'm not too sure where she's on right now, to be honest.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But her stats are relevant to, to LeBron's stats. Like very, always going to the championships, always being in the top 5 names, always, they consider her the GOAT or whatever.
The only difference is she doesn't cry more than LeBron. sounds right.
Anyways, I was rudely interrupted. But her salary is like $400,000, while LeBron's making about 190-something million a year.
That's without the sponsors.
That's without sponsors.
Think about how much you get.
His sponsors, his side production business, all this extra shit that he does,
the trash
movies.
The trash movies.
And they still pulling in $1.7 billion.
It's true, fool. He was the worst actor.
Whatever.
They gave him reward money. For it.
I don't know how Bow Wow made a better basketball movie than him.
Yep. The dog.
No. He had the NBA back in that movie. That's why.
The Golden Retriever had a better movie.
Who would win, the Space Jam 1 or 2 basketball teams?
One for sure. The one with demolished cell.
Wait. Are you talking about the Monstars, or are you talking about like
the whole, like the actual, like playing the finals, the team in general, like
the regular, like
yeah,
the Jordan team,
like
Jordan's team,
like the one with Jordan and LeBron, those two teams with the monsters. Which team would win?
Oh wait, we're talking about the monsters against
like
monsters.
Mixed?
Like you know how at the end they all play.
So you're talking about Jordan's team.
Yeah, Jordan's team in the Space Jam or LeBron's team in Space Jam.
Jordan team.
No, probably
just because Jordan team was in their prime and they were older.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. They're in their primes.
But if you want to go against the monsters, I got the Jordan.
You want to come get a grind my gear moment?
I don't know what grind my gears right now.
We're on the WNBA and NBA unfairness right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on that one.
You don't want to talk about it?
I'm not gonna talk about that one.
But like I said, if you want to go with the monsters, I think Jordan's monsters would beat them.
Absolutely.
Really?
No, I mean, they're the same players, bro. So I mean, I think LeBron's better than Jordan. So
the monsters.
Oh, the Monstars.
Yeah,
the Monstars.
Jordan's
Monstars.
Yeah. So those are NBA players that got, for sure.
Because they're all small. Like if you really look at like the Monstars and the new one, they're all small. They can't guard these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Yeah, they got powers from the other NBAs in the league, the players. So
you're right.
They only got one in Jordan, the LeBron one. That's not that robot.
Which one? No, they got Klay Thompson. They got Anthony Davis.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
They got Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Candace Parker. The other girl that I was talking about, the one that's kind of like LeBron.
Yeah,
they got her. They got her. And then
it's probably more money off that movie than her season.
Probably.
I wouldn't doubt it. Which is kind of sad. And it's sad because I can't even name her off the top of my head, even though she's that status in that.
Because you're on LeBron's dick.
I believe she's played for the other sport.
Too busy being on LeBron's dick, bro.
Yeah. He said choo choo.
So I just feel like everybody needs to kind of do their part to put out more to help the WNBA. Because they're professional athletes. Like, they work on their craft the same way NBA players do, the same way Major League Baseball players do.
Yeah.
But they don't get the recognition for it. But after saying all this,
if you really want to get into it, if you know there's no professional softball, bro.
honestly, yeah, they should start some professional
Once you get college, you're like, all right, you're done. Like, there's no professional softball.
Or you go play like Olympics or something, or like the USA team.
Yeah,
just play on the Wii Sports.
Wii Sports, hey, that's good.
Well, anyways, so it's the favorite time of the podcast, which is the Q&As. Actually, no, not the Q&As. We actually have a trivia game. It's supposed to be with Robert, but we can do it with Phillip.
So I really don't know anything like people say.
I don't fucking know anything.
I still don't know anything, but still I at least get one.
But so here we go. We got the trivia questions asked by our good man over here, Brandon. So what subject are we starting with first?
We're gonna do the March Madness trivia. All right, question number 1: Who shot Tupac?
Sick, Duke.
No, all right, I wish. Which team has won the most national titles in the history of the NCAA tournament? A, Kentucky, B, North Carolina, C, UCLA, or D, Duke?
Oh, it's UCLA.
Yeah, C.
Yep, C.
That's when they were good.
Yeah, because of Coach Wooden.
And then when,
Yeah, it's C.
It's the only sport they were good at back then.
Honestly.
Not bad, fellas.
And then it was USC football, and I thought,
All right, let's see. Which team is the most recent team to repeat as national champions? A, Duke, B, Kansas, C, North Carolina, or D, Florida?
B.
I think it's an A.
Phillip's right again.
B? Oh.
Yeah,
Would it
that's
be
when they,
good?
that's when they boot, not beat.
Yeah, Kansas.
So they
Kansas? Oh,
boot
that's
Duke.
right.
When they Duke, that's why they said they have to. Duke has to win it because they haven't won it.
Right. Makes sense.
All right, let's see this one. Which team has the most national championships in the past 10 years? A, Florida, B, North Carolina, C, Duke, or D, tie between all three?
Duke. But it was for basketball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke.
In the last 10 years?
Yeah. Last 10 years.
Might be Duke.
It is Duke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I have never heard.
Florida won one in the beginning. I think it was the 2010s, but
All right. Which of these cities has never hosted a Final Four? A, Chicago, B, San Diego, C, Denver, or D, Charlotte? I believe?
Charlotte?
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
And I believe you guys are right, actually.
If it wasn't.
No, yeah. No, it's Chicago.
Chicago hasn't hosted one?
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Where the
Chicago.
hell are you they play at San Diego?
Yeah, it was
The fucking
San Diego State University. That's about it.
the Sharks arena, like the ice rink. I don't know. Are they from the Sharks? No, they're not San Diego Sharks. Are they?
Yeah.
The hockey team.
Yeah.
Well,
I
maybe.
think so. Yeah.
All right, which school first made it to the 5 consecutive Final Fours? A, Kentucky, B, Cincinnati, C, Duke, or D, UCLA?
Kentucky.
It's at UCLA.
Ooh, I think... Nope, none of you guys.
None of us.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Oh, they went on a ring when they got to like 4 in a row, 5 in a row, or something like that. All right.
Yeah, these guys. These jerks. This next one.
All right, let's see.
I've been pretty good until this last two. Well, I thought for sure San Diego.
No, yeah.
That surprised Chicago. Damn.
All right, let's see. Which one can I get you guys?
I was just looking for questions. You know who makes the new ball now for the NBA?
I guess not Wilson.
No. It's Wilson now. But it's always been Spalding.
Really? It's always been with Wilson.
No. College has always been Wilson.
Oh.
Like that was that ball comes from. But Wilson picked up the contract for the NBA. And that ball's terrible. It's one of the worst balls I played with. And that ball is like $220, by the way. If you try to go buy it.
Well, I got one.
No, yeah.
What is the only year in which all 4 number 1 seeds made the Final Four? A, 1950, B, 1990, C, 1999, or D, 2008?
2008.
2018. 2008, yeah. Because they
It's 18.
He's 2008. That's what I looked
I
at.
said team, my bad. I was thinking of like the team.
Yeah, it's 2008.
Yeah, like Kentucky and like Duke. And
Like the very before the tournament started, they all got booed out quick. Like how to this year was supposed to, but you know.
All right.
Once for each conference.
And then let's see. How many times has a number 11 seed reached the Final Four? A, once, George Mason 2006. B, once, LSU in 1986. C, twice, LSU in 1986 and George Mason in 2006. Or D, never, Villanova at number 8 is the lowest Final Four seed in history.
Probably D.
I think it's C.
It is C.
It's C, right?
Yeah,
George
twice
Mason?
LSU.
Yeah.
What a guy.
C. I remember they made it and no one was like, what the hell? All the brackets were fucked up. I remember that one. Vegas won big that week.
Well, that's like this year. St. Pearson came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah,
That's
they-
messed up everyone's bracket.
All right. Which of the following teams listed below wasn't featured in the Final Four of the 2009 tournament? A. Villanova University. Villanova. I don't fucking know. Villanova. B. North Carolina State University. C. Michigan State. Or D. University of Louisville.
Usually, like University of Louisville is Louisville. I think it's D.
It is University of Louisville.
Yeah. So.
I don't watch college basketball.
No, I'm just guessing. I don't know. That's
Wow, I thought it was A for sure because that's when the really started to become known now.
No, Villanova? No, Villanova's always been really, really good. I mean, they've always been solid.
No, that's what UConn.
UConn's kind of like the newer one.
Yeah.
But they've always been good women basketball team.
Not bad. Now we're gonna move into
Ooh, you said that.
basketball.
Or football.
Oh, football, my bad. Didn't we do football last week?
No, we did basketball last week.
Pretty sure we did football last week.
Oh, it was basketball. That's when him and Robert argued about LeBron, how trash he was.
No, that
No.
was one of the questions.
The trivia.
No, the trivia we did basketball last week.
Yeah, it was basketball. Everyone was making fun of him.
Yeah, because we did baseball and basketball.
Okay,
That's fine.
Alright, he was doing NFL trivia, boy.
No trivia.
Alright. Oh, see, you now know this one, so I'll still fuck you guys up. Who was the first player drafted in the first NFL draft in 1936?
1936?
Bart Starr,
Oh.
Sammy Baugh, I fucking know say his name.
Say seven.
Jay Berwanger, these names, bro.
I think it's Bart Starr.
Don Houston.
Hey,
Might be Bart Starr.
Nope.
No?
where the hell did you get? Oh, I was like, what did
Did
you
you get that buzzer?
I know.
Ah,
Came out of nowhere. I was like,
Oh my god. Do you have a check mark there? Ding.
yeah, once you get it right.
And one of us gets it right?
Yeah.
so it wasn't A.
Sammy Bogg or Jay Berwanger or Don Hudson.
Yeah.
That's your last. The last three choices left.
So
I want to go C.
You got it
I
right.
guess that you picked the middle one.
I did. I want to go in the middle.
All right. What team was originally named the New York Titans? The New York Giants,
Giants.
Kansas City Chiefs, New York Jets, or Tennessee Titans?
The Giants. What?
New York Jets. No. Yeah.
The Titans?
Yes, sir.
The Jets?
Yeah, they before they became something they were.
What a guy.
And then
Phillip.
Phillip was fucking Oil, yeah. Come on, fool. It's always another trivia shit on Facebook when you get bored. You're like, oh, I didn't know that.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What team won 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s? Patriots, Cowboys, 49ers, or Broncos?
Cowboys.
Phillip?
Patriots.
It's Cowboys.
I knew it. I'm not gonna say it.
Ah. What a guy.
And they still bring it up like the Raiders. Fuck up.
Let's see if you know this one.
I was more recent.
Which NFL team features a helmet logo on only one side of their helmet?
Easy.
Dolphins, Patriots, Steelers, or
Steelers.
Cowboys? Huh?
Steelers.
Yes, sir. You guys like these five.
And then the other one, they have the logo and then the numbers on the side.
Yeah, that's a special one.
Yeah. That's
The brown and yellow ones.
the county, the jail cell ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the stripes.
The bumblebee ones.
What wide receiver caused a sensation his rookie season with a one-handed catch? Odell Beckham Jr.,
Beckham Jr.
Kerry Rice.
Nice.
No, you can say it. It's okay.
I'm like, what? I did not get him a song you because I know it was.
You're lying.
Did you click it? Oh, it was right. Okay.
Who holds the best rookie passer rating in NFL history? Robert Griffith III, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, or Dak Prescott?
That made up.
No, it's RG3.
Wait, what was that for me?
That was
Dan
for
Marino.
Andrew. Dan Marino?
Is it Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
It is? Yeah, he had a fucking baller.
I know for sure it wasn't Tom Brady.
He didn't even
Oh,
play
okay.
for you.
What is the oldest NFL franchise in continuous operation with the same name and the same location? Cleveland Browns, Arizona Cardinals, Chicago Bears or Green Bay Packers?
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I know
Uh-huh.
that stadium has not got rebuilt at all. It's been the same.
Well, you might want to send a complaint letter to me, Phillip.
I don't know. That's not my team.
That's Robert's.
Yeah, that's Robert.
Oh, that's right.
Look at his car. I have to fix it. Same with their stadium.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Which player holds the NFL record for longest interception return? Ronnie Lott, Eric Berry, Deion Sanders, or Ed Reed?
Ed Reed.
Oh, what a
It's him
guy.
or Deion Sanders. One of those.
What
I think
a
I
guy.
gave you the yards too. I think it was 105.
Oh, see. What team won the first night football game ever played?
Oh, damn.
Canton Bulldogs, Chicago Bears, Akron Pros, or Philadelphia Athletics? This sounds like some out of like Remember the Titans.
I think it's Case.
Canton Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Chicago. What kind of
That
fucking name is that?
Akron team?
Philadelphia Athletics.
Athletics.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like a Disney
Oh,
channel.
that's a old football team. That's when they didn't have like shoulder pads and shit.
Leather helmet.
Leather helmets.
What a guy.
No chin strap. It's straight like that.
Yeah.
What player led the NFL with 27 rushing touchdowns in 2003? Priest Holmes, Marshall Faulk, Jamal Lewis, or Amon Green?
I'm on green.
Ooh.
What was that A or B? Which one did he say?
That was a lot.
It was Priest Holmes,
Oh, C.
Marshall Hawk, or Jamal Lewis? And what player led the NFL with 27 rushing touchdowns?
C.
Is it A?
Priest Holmes.
Yeah. That guy's a beast. I don't believe that.
All right. Who was the first professional quarterback to pass for 5,000 yards in a season? Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Warren Moon, or Tom Brady?
Dan Marino.
Who? Dan Marino?
Warren Moon.
Yes, sir.
It's
The
him.
Oilers.
It's him, Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, and then Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's how the order goes, yeah.
All right. What NFL team scored the most points in a single Super Bowl?
Oh, that's recent. No.
Patriots, Packers, Cowboys, or 49ers?
Packers.
They're the 49ers?
No.
49ers.
That was like 50 something. No. Yeah. 50
They put it like
each.
50 some. That's what Jerry.
It was like 100 something.
49ers. What a guy. You actually knew something about this, Andrew?
That's my sport.
That's my sport. What
Play
a
that
guy.
sport about 8. I better know it. Q&A's time. Q&A.
Jump into Q&As now since Phillip got outsmarted.
Outsmarted? What?
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta do it right.
I ain't Robert.
You have to do it right.
I know, I'm not fun.
What a guy ruined it.
Ruined it.
Robert ruins all of them. He doesn't know anything.
He's not here to defend himself. That's it.
Get him on
You know
Facebook.
where I live at and where I sleep at. You can come see me. I don't care.
He comes here. You hear that, Robert? He's
Mister,
calling.
I got no gas. One of us could go pick you up.
Yeah, I'll have some gas in too.
What a guy. Alright guys, Q&As. This one, I feel like in my bones came from Phillip, but I can't neither confirm or deny.
What?
Why is LeBron so trash?
No, I know who wrote that.
No.
Listen.
I got you. He sucks at making movies. You can tell that. He got the worst actor. I didn't even know they made that award.
I'll give you a slide because the person who wrote this question is married to my sister.
Let's be real.
So-
Whoever asked that question is right. He is trash.
He's not trash, my friend. He's the GOAT. All right, get it right. Get it right.
Get it right.
Next one, sir.
Hold on,
Shut up.
And how the fuck are Cooper Cup and Randall Cobb top 5?
They're not.
Someone's very
They
fierce.
had one
There's
good
someone
season.
was very
Cooper
fierce
Kupp
about that.
had one good season. You can't go off of that.
Yeah, Cooper Cup is if he was that good, he'd do this when he had Jared Goff as a quarterback, but he didn't.
Everyone's doing this because he had an injury and he came back and balled up again. Don't kill him.
Yeah, so, and Randall Cobb has never been that guy. He's always been a role player, utility guy. He's very good at getting you a first down if you need one, but other than that, he's not the guy. So,
Tell that midget he can catch his hands.
I mean, that's Robert's list. Did you get Robert's list?
I'm glad I didn't because I would have came out of the room and told him you're an idiot for that list.
Dude, you didn't even put Randy Moss on that list.
I would have.
I put Megatron on it.
Dude, that's another one. Randy Moss and Megatron are really good. It's just they're on a sorry team.
Sorry team.
If Megatron came back, maybe he probably win a Super Bowl. Like, kind of wish.
Yeah, Cooper didn't even break Megatron's rookie year yard record, so I don't want to hear it.
Megatron was on a
Shitty ass team.
Yeah, and it was all him.
He had Stafford as a quarterback, but it was just him. You didn't have the entire defense that Cooper Kupp had. You didn't have the flourish of receivers that Cooper Kupp had. It was just Megatron, and that's it. So he doesn't belong on the list yet.
Alex wants to know, why does Rob know nothing about sport or football?
Well, football?
Phillip?
Because he gets pegged too much and his head hits the wall so hard that he forgets memories.
I mean,
And he also likes to sniff gas. Hey, he's still in this guy.
yeah, he did. Not wrong about that.
Come on, fool. All you hear is this. And you think him? Nah, that girl's paying him.
What a guy.
So you pay for his gas money.
I don't know.
What's your reason?
It wasn't that.
He watched too much anime, sorry.
You know, he has his beliefs on, he has his different beliefs about football and about, certain players and stuff, but I'm not going to hold it against him, but at the same time, it's kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? But, hey, for each their own, do your thing, my guy. I ain't mad about it.
The same way that he's on LeBron's dick, Robert's on Aaron Rodgers' dick. That's all he knows.
Well,
That is true.
it is what it
I
is.
bet you if asked that question about the oldest stadium, he wouldn't have got his own team.
Yeah.
Bet.
Probably. That's it. Alright. So, no more questions today? That's it?
No. We're out of time too, so.
That's true. Alrighty. So I got some big news coming up before we end this podcast. We're actually going to move locations. One of Brandon's homies,
Word.
he let us use his place. It's a little bit more sporty vibe.
Little lounge.
Little lounge area, so hopefully you guys like the setup, like the scene.
Pool table in the background while you guys record.
Exactly. Pool table and everything. Hopefully you guys like it. But that's our first thing going on. Phillip, thank you again for stepping in for Robert. I appreciate it.
Finally 2 mics.
2 mics, I know, huh?
Plus we got 2 mics. Hopefully we can do this next week.
Person will have more. Just the whole line.
The whole line of mics.
But I'm going to try to get another mic for over there too. That way we can use it both.
Oh, you know who you also should bring in this podcast? Cardell.
Yeah.
Cardell.
We can have him on the next one when we go over there.
That'd be funny.
But so that's all the time we got. Thanks for checking out our Basement Sideline. Tune in for the drop on Friday for the audio, Saturday for the video. And hope you guys see you soon. Thank you.